other two political parties. There were a lot of people that were talking to us, and the ideas that were espoused throughout the campaign, just in 1 year, has become the dominant idea that is contending with the old, antiquated, and corrupt ideas that's kept Nigeria where it is today. So I'm glad to join you. I will try and answer some of your questions and interact with you. But first and foremost, so you know, there's nothing to worry about. Nothing, absolutely nothing to worry about. This was for those of us who were in the students' movement in the 80s and early 90s till the end of military rule. This is something that is always well known to us. It's a strategy used by the ruling party to kind of stifle very organized, very radical, and uncompromising political organizations. They do them everywhere in the world, even in the United States. And they sponsor agents of government to create confusion, to create doubt, and to create some kind of crisis in these organizations. But that is not the case, and I want to thank all of you. I've heard from so many of you, so much so that I almost felt it's unnecessary to do this today. But one of the things I told you when we ended the election was that I'll rest for a bit and I will start re-engaging again. And when we're in Nigeria this time around, you all saw it, how we engage very well with the people. But what is good, great news, is how many people out there actually loved what we did. And for all of you that supported my candidature, and for all of you that supported our party, the AAC, I want to thank all of you. You did fantastic. And I don't need to tell you, we have been able to change the face of politics, but we could not change the crooked way our political operators carry out the electoral process. And that is what we must change next time. It is the reason why we've been discussing in a different tone that we have to have a revolution. And the revolution is the only way out of Nigeria's current political, social, and economic condition. Those who see Nigeria as their meal ticket must be separated from the national treasury. And we are willing and ready to do that. We are happy that all of you are on the same page with us. I wouldn't want to address so much about these elements, but just to give you a little background. When we started to run for office, early last year, it was around February 2018, we went around the world. So we launched, of course, a Facebook page. We were reaching out to you on the daily. We traveled, and then we also launched a GoFundMe account so that we can receive donation and support from Nigerians abroad. And it was the most transparent. Turns out that people at home were also very interested, so we opened a bank account. We didn't have a political party until August 2018. So when we did, we opened an account for the political party. And as I'm speaking with you, not a dime of the money that was sent into the account of the political party came to our campaign. In fact, our campaign made donations to the political party. Me, my friends and colleagues who started Takeitback movement actually were the ones who paid for the registration of our political party. But we started suspecting our secretary, who is Leonard Ezenwa. When during the registration of the party, he kept asking us to bribe INEC officials, and we said we can't because he runs counter to our ideals to bribe public officials. In fact, I told him personally when he brought the INEC officials to me that I was the one who exposed INEC officials collecting bribe in Rivers State. Why would I give them bribe? I met with one of the INEC officials who came to us, and I said, I cannot go and tell your boss that I cannot give bribe. We do not. If you don't want to register the party, that's your problem. So that's where we started noticing that this individual was not in the same boat and on the same page with us. Well, because we are Democrats, we open our minds and we started working together until we started seeing other traits. I cannot describe how many of them we saw. How he would come and say, we should be making money with the party. He apparently said he used to work with Buhari, had worked with Jonathan before. He's worked in every election, which we didn't know. And that this is not the way to do things. We should get big people to give us money and use the money to enjoy ourselves, to build a political empire. And we said we cannot do that. First, we cannot take money from people who we can't say are funding us publicly. And secondly, even if people want to donate, we should be able to account for them. But this kind of suggestions will mean that we have to get in bed with people whose affiliation we can't disclose publicly. So several of these things happened, but lo and behold, the worst thing happened when after the party's convention, I was nominated as a candidate. We got information that they plan to hijack the party and not allow me to become a candidate of the party. We didn't believe it until he came the day of the convention and said he wants to be chairman. I said, but you didn't tell us. So we went into the convention. The convention ended around 4 p.m. We couldn't go to the next phase of the convention, which is the election of candidates. INEC was there. We explained to INEC, and INEC said to us, look, we are a new political party. Why are you in a hurry? I must tell you guys, I was very reluctant to continue as chairman of the party, because over these years, because of my experiences politically and otherwise, I actually do not like those kind of responsibility that puts me in too many places at the same time. But our colleagues said, most of the people that came from Takeitback movement didn't come to become part of the old political system, that we should guard our party jealously. This is not an explanation for not having the election, so that you don't no one misinterprets me tomorrow. And that was how we ended. We then ended in the evening. We met with all the political party chairmen and leaders that came. Don't forget, this convention was live streamed. Femi Falana was one of our speakers there. And we decided that as soon as the elections are over, we'll take a break and we'll all come back together and work towards a convention. It could be a special convention. After the election ended, we were making consultations. But for me, the priority was to release a statement of the accounting of all the money we made, and we did that. And after that, we of course started making consultations. Of course, part of it was this trip to Nigeria. But while I was in Nigeria, it came to my attention that the secretary was mobilizing some chairmen and members that he knew, or some fake people, because they had gotten money to go and break the party. We ignored it because we wanted people to know the difference between us, the leaders, and those who are claiming to be marauders in the party. And that is what you saw yesterday. Nothing is new to me. And those of you who saw what happened, if you saw the interest that AIT, Channels TV, and all the Nigerian media had in it, you understand where all this is coming from. Because these are the same media practitioners for a whole year who didn't allow us to be interviewed on their platforms, who did not interview us, who didn't carry our story. Even my trip to Nigeria, when I arrived at the airport and there will be thousands of people, they would never carry. They kept saying that there are only 2 candidates. Now they have them. And even while I was in Nigeria and I attended meetings and went to police station, there was no story about it. But suddenly, they all became interested. These are the same media people, particularly Channels, their chairman, who prevented me from participating in national debate that eventually became a national disgrace. Suddenly, they were all interested. As I was landing yesterday, I was getting calls from the media. Oh, we heard you'll be suspended by AAC. I said, which AAC? So they've made up their minds. Of course, you know how the process is, to see if this could scandalize us. Honestly, it had no impact as far as I'm concerned, because it only made us well known as a principled party who will not do deals with anyone. It only made it known that the government or other political operators in the country are afraid, really afraid of our platform. Don't forget that before my departure, there was this big story about the central bank where 500 billion naira went missing, and we obtained a video of it for Sahara reporters. So I knew also that really got them riled. And I was expecting the worst. As a matter of fact, one of the officers, when I was passing the airport, said, "Oh, you are leaving after causing so much trouble again." I overlooked, but I know what they were referring to. So that is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. But I wanted to say some specific things, that if this person had become the chairman of our party, I would not have become a candidate of the party. That was their plan. So that plan was thwarted. And most candidates knew what we went through trying to get him to register or file for candidates. These are things that are available in the public domain. But last thing, I mean, not the last thing, but one of the important things to say was that when all of this became unbearable, the party leadership met and suspended him, and in January we wrote to INEC. So INEC is aware. We also wrote to the bank. Bank changed his name on the signature as one of the signatories to the party account, and we had completely stopped dealing with him. And secured our party secretariat in Abuja from him, where he used to host where, because when we get invited to events, he get invitation, he will never tell us. When they gave us a list of voters through INEC, he collected it and never gave it to us as candidates. When he was invited to go and speak or discuss issues with us, he would never return back to us and give us feedback. The worst he did recently was that he went, after he's been suspended, went to a meeting in Abuja with 75 other political parties and claimed that they are endorsing the fraudulent 2019 elections. When we saw the press release and the news, we thought it was a joke, only to inquire from INEC and people working with INEC, and they said he was there to represent our party. So we knew that somebody was pushing him, or pushing his group. So nothing is new here. I don't want to waste too much of our time or my time discussing this, but I know a lot of you are interested in hearing the outcome of how this went, or how my trip went, and what we're doing going forward. What we're doing going forward is simple. The party has suspended this individual, and you heard that as of yesterday, that status has also changed to expulsion. And we have notified INEC of his suspension, and we're going to notify INEC of our latest actions. And party leaders across the states, across the world, have also reached out and said, there's nothing to worry about. That's not my issue. My issue is that we must continue to hold on to the ideals of our party that has made us be fearful. If there's any reason why anybody should believe in this party, it is what happened. If this party had no potency or ability to challenge the oppressive class in Nigeria, nobody will remember us. I'm sure you all know that in the last election, over 71 presidential candidates participated in the election. Several parties, I don't know how many of them. And nobody's interested in the other parties because they did not challenge the old order to such a way that they are feeling threatened. Right now, they are feeling threatened, and they are threatened by our ideas, they are threatened by our boldness, and they are afraid. This is the reason you are seeing the attacks. But do not be in doubt. Do not be under any illusion that they will cease the attack. The attack will continue. They are going to come after us with more propaganda. They're going to come after us with physical attacks. They're going to come after us with legal attacks. So you should expect more, but we must remain resolute. Resolute, ladies and gentlemen. We must remain resolute. We must fight, because our enemies are not the people that you are seeing now only. These are just some of their, people. These are fronts. These are just, their shadows. They are just throwing them. The real enemies, we know them, and we must reach out and make sure that we cripple them and break their hold on Nigeria. It is clear that they are afraid of the ideas we have. It is clear that they are afraid of our organic and resolute nature. It's clear they are afraid of our radical inclinations. It's clear that they are afraid of our fearlessness. It is clear that they are afraid of our ability to organize. And it is clear that they are afraid that we can fight. These are the characteristics of the ruling class, our cowardly ruling class. So this is the reason they throw some little money at this kind of individuals, the people you see in our party, to see whatever they can do to break the party. The party will not break, and it will not be broken. And it is not my party. It is your party. It's the party of everybody that's in AAC today, and those who are joined AAC even after the election. I must say to you that I was surprised that so many people including these grassroots people that you've been talking a lot about, are now interested in our party. They can't, there's no one day while I was in Lagos that somebody didn't want to come and see us, ask how they could join, how we can include them in, our agenda, and how we can keep fighting for what we believe in. And how many people saw me at airports, on the road, and on streets and said, listen, I'm very sorry I didn't vote for you. I thought these people had something to offer. I apologize. It's called buyer's remorse. So I'm just saying, this is good news. Good news for all of us. Good news for those of you who have worked very hard, and good news for those of you who are looking for a party, who are looking for a platform that can enrich your experience, that can help liberate your mind and your body, that can make Nigeria one of the greatest countries in the world. You guys saw it today, and you've been coming at me all day long regarding what is happening by the Ondo State governor who went to Thailand to go and look for how to process cannabis. Of course, it's waste of money and time. He should have just given me a phone call. I would have helped him figure this out, because you don't need to go to Thailand to bring a cannabis refinery to Ondo State and create jobs. You just need to sit at home, map out the strategy, and get things done. But that's not the issue. The other issue is that all these ideas are there, and every time we spoke throughout the 1 year that we campaigned for the presidency, they were listening. They were listening, and that is why they are conveniently able to steal these ideas and run with them. But, there's a difference between the originator of an idea and an imitator of an idea. It is the reason why some of our ideas are stole. They couldn't implement it because they are not the originators. So it's counterfeit or counterfeiting of ideas. They can't. And that's why Nigerians must look in our direction. Pay attention. Pay attention to what we have said and what we are doing and what we are going to do. The other thing I want to address is the issue of the accounting that some of them have been talking about. There was no time that we didn't account for everything we're receiving. In fact, GoFundMe gives you an idea of who contributed and how much we made. You can still go there, it's still alive. And when we were done, we accounted for both cash and kind and made it public. You can find it publicly on our website, aacparty.org, and you can find it on Sowore2019.org. All these things are made available to the extent that some of them were upset that we could provide an accounting of how we spent money, and they said this is the first time it happened in Nigeria. We presented it in such a way that even for people who contributed from outside, we made it possible for them to get their mention on a daily basis. In those days when I used to raise funds, I would raise funds and mention who gave us money, how much we made on almost every time we were on the couch, which was where we were raising funds. As soon as the elections were over, we stopped raising funds. And because I didn't see any reason for me to keep raising funds for an election that's over. Even though people were saying that they want us to start raising funds for 2023, I said to them, we've got to wait. There must be a strategy for, going to the future. But for me, it is building the party, building the cadres, and expanding, our reach so that we won't have issues when next time we come. But I imagine that we won't, and I know we won't, because now everybody has come to that understanding that we try to help and save Nigeria. But mostly, a lot of people are not yet ready for the kind of messaging we had, and we understand why. It's because most Nigerians have been beaten down over these years, and so that's what it is. There's nothing to worry about. Don't bother about the smear campaign. I'm used to it. They've been smearing me since I was in the university. They've called me they've been calling us all kinds of names. And even during the election, you guys heard what they did. They couldn't find anything on me or any one of us. And you know how they sponsored all kinds of news during that period. But it didn't work. And today, of all the younger candidates that participated in the election, there is no doubt that there's one that stood out because of you. And that was Sowore 2019 or Sowore Rufai 2019. So I want to read out some of the questions you might have for us. Thank you guys for joining. And if there's any one of you out there, you should share this message that more of our people can ask questions or see what is going on. And that is what I want to take. So somebody says start raising fund now. Fantastic. But again, I won't raise fund without a structure, and we'll discuss extensively with you. For those of you who are outside the country, I'm planning to travel to as many countries as possible. As a matter of fact, in June, we want to go to Greece. So if you're in Greece, I mean, if you're in that country, Greece, you should let us know. I want to stop by and talk to you. I want to stop by and talk to a lot of people. I want to visit every nook and cranny of Nigeria. We have to start now. So don't be distracted. What you see now is a distraction. Keep the spirit going, keep the movement strong, and make the party firm. And stand against oppression wherever they may be, whether whether it's going to happen to you abroad or at home. Nigeria is bleeding, and I mean it. Since I have been in Nigeria in the last maybe 10 years, since 2003, I've been going to Nigeria. The last 2 years shows that more and more Nigerians are leaving Nigeria than has ever left Nigeria before. There's crisis of all dimensions: ethnic, religious, terroristic, economic, cultural crisis. And our leaders don't plan or have any ideas how to solve these problems. That's why they want to make sure that they strangulate any reasonable opposition voice in the country. And as you know, PDP is not an alternative to APC. They are the same. It's the reason they can't fight them. So that's why nobody takes even Atiku serious. But just us, just little we did. People are taking us serious, and they are not comfortable with the fact that people are taking us serious. So somebody said, when are you coming to Italy, bro? Well, I will do so as soon as possible. I'm planning all of this, and I'll let you know. So we do not compromise, Pascal. That's true. And say this is Edo Yamu, Pascal. So say yes, raising funds for TRB activities that will raise awareness and bring people together. Well, that's true, but again, for now, I'm not raising funds. It's not a fundraiser, and don't worry about it. When we're ready, we'll let you know, and we'll talk and listen to you first. You remember that when we started this whole political movement, we were the first to start the town hall system, and it became the most acceptable way of communicating with people before the political season was over. I have said it, and I'm repeating it here. This last election was not an election; it was a selection. It was that INEC awarded or allocated votes to candidates that in a pre-planned manner. This wasn't an election. I don't want you guys to be under any illusion that an election took place. No election took place. They just had allocation of votes done through the electoral bodies that carried out collation of election. The elections didn't happen. Maybe some election might have happened in polling units, but it was at the collation centers that they allocated election results to themselves. So somebody's asking about election in local government. We are interested. If you want to participate, let us know. But this time around, we are going to screen people. We were too much in a hurry during the last election. The party was growing, and we didn't look into the characteristics of some of these people. This time around, we have to make sure that we look at the background of people who are carrying our party banners, so that we don't have some of the most embarrassing people representing us. And some of them actually believed that this was a money-making venture, and they were surprised that we only had 160 million naira and did wonders with it. In their minds, they look at it and say, "What's 160 million? That's not even enough for a local government election." But with that, which is truly not enough for a gubernatorial election, we did wonders in Nigeria. But some of the people that represented us thought it was about money, and they were expecting to have money. Some of them actually went into alliances without our knowledge, which are all the things we're investigating right now. Again, stay firm where you are. Do not be worried. And I will be reaching you from time to time to give you information about developments in the party. Osas Clement said, let them talk of you, my joy is that they keep us growing. Thank you. As you know, who is who. This evangelist, this star, Grace Sowore. Prince Oladimeji, go ahead, Mr. President. Okay. Mary Ezekiel, yes. So you like the trolls, we love them too. This is Elias. We are with you, Your Excellency. Oh, there's nothing excellent about the excellencies in Nigeria, so I don't accept the excellency thing. But I appreciate you guys. This is Edward Prince Emeka. What about the election tribunal? Are you in support? Yes, I support any challenge of the election. The reason we didn't go to the election tribunal is because we know that it would be a waste of our time and funds, which we don't have, to go to an election tribunal in which the judges are working for the government. This is clear. And I said it when I traveled to Nigeria on a Rise News morning show. The judges have all capitulated. As a journalist, I know the history of most of the judges. You cannot get justice out of these judges. But I do not, in principle, have anything against people who are challenging the election results. Not at all. We just don't have the resources to do it. Now, I don't know how difficult for you to clear the air. I didn't get that part. Sowore, you have played with the lion tail. See your life now. This lucky or more again. No, my life is in good shape. You don't have to worry about me at all. And there's no lion here. It's just a bunch of cowards. And don't worry, you'll soon find out who the real lions are. So thank you for not letting us down for whatever. Samson said financial statement is not posted on your website, as you said. No, there is financial statement, and it's posted on Twitter. It was posted on my Facebook page. We've been posting a financial statement, but I could check on the website. If it's not there, we'll make sure that it's posted there today. Thank you so much. But we have posted financial statement, definitely, and infographics about how the money was raised and how much was spent and how it was spent. Don't be scared. No, sorry. Say you are the most organic, conscious, people's choice. I love you, my president. Speak, we will follow. You earn our trust. Emmanuel Abagre, keep the flag flying. Femi, I and my family are with you anytime, any day. Olawale James Ajani. Say Mark Sonny, say post a statement on your website for all to see if you're indeed clean. I will. Thank you so much for that. Stop. But your news agency says otherwise they support Buhari. No, our news agency do not support Buhari. But the news agency is not me. I'm talking to you as Sowore Omoyele. So Facebook is free. Okay. Say I saw the statement analysis. Yes, of course, we posted a statement. Thank you. Please, 2023, please try to make it all of us abroad to vote. Yes, we must fight to ensure that Nigerians living abroad can vote, and making sure that we also do electronic voting at home so that people don't have to be shortchanged the way they were shortchanged now. It's a fight. Somebody say, if you want financial statement, inbox me, no problem. So going forward, vetting and verification of future members and representatives should be paramount. Thank you. My president, you're lifted, but don't mind haters. I don't think we have haters, just people who wish to distract, but that's fine. All of them are entitled to it. So somebody said he went on the website and the statement is there, Sowore2019.org. Please, if you haven't seen it, go there and see it. I will always be with you because I trust you. Thank you. Remy, good. It was great to see you last week in Lagos. So they are so scared. That's what Samco sources are saying. I know. Ina says this is a time to fight. Well, there's no time we don't fight, but I don't want us to waste our energy and resources on small fights. This is not a serious fight, and it's just waste of time. So why were you suspended from the party? I wasn't suspended from the party. I'm telling you, as I'm speaking with you, the certificate of the party is in our possession, the registration certificate. The secretariat of the party is in our control, and we are completely in control of the party. The person who claimed to have suspended is the person who was suspended in January. And you can also find that information and the reason why he was suspended on our website, aacparty.org. Please check that. So many hypocrites here. This is why Nigeria is where we are now. Don't worry. We need everybody. What is your stand on the disbandment of Lagos State ESCO, sir? That's a Lagos State issue. And I have said that let the Lagos State issue sort their own issue. I wasn't involved in disbanding Lagos, just so that you know. We need more people at the local level. I agree with you. And you saw us in Mushin, you saw us in Orile Gomo the other day, and we need to be everywhere. It's not just about me. We need all of you all of you. So they said a lot of people are watching, including people who claimed they were at the meeting yesterday where we were suspended. We welcome all of you, and you now know that it was a wrong move, but there's nothing to worry about. Those of you who have questions, feel free to keep reaching out. So keep us posted when time is there to register. Please, this is also a time to register for the party and support the party. Even though I'm not raising funds, you can donate to the party on the party's page. And I think somebody can put that up. We have over, we have almost 20,000 registered members. I think there are more, but I think online. But most people did not pay because I think they had issues with payments. The payment system is kind of wonky in Nigeria. And a lot of people were also only interested in supporting the presidential candidates. But now is a good time to support the party as well. So people are putting up the information about where you can find the account. Sheon Wisdom is watching. Thank you, Sheon. How can you come to Lagos Island? We will do so when I come back. Why not? We will come everywhere, but it's beyond Lagos. It's everywhere. So, Raya, thank you. This Nabule Monde Elliot, we say we need you in all villages. We will come. Remy Goods said we're working on bringing you to Solo. I'll be glad to come. When are you coming to Canada? That's stone throw from here. We'll be there soon, one of these days. Please, let's fight for diaspora to vote in 2023. I agree with you. It should be compulsory for diaspora to vote. We must fight for it, and we will definitely give you information on how best we can achieve this. Sorry, I just lost that. I'm not going to pay attention to individual attacks on other, those who did this. That's fine. You're free to drop your messages, but do not expect me to be, insulting people. That's fine. So somebody said the payment system wasn't working on the party side. We'll look into that. So carry the civil service, police, army, and all of them along. Why not? We'll do that. Odogwa Bia said Morola contribute. Oh, he left too quickly. Said Prince Dapo Duncan said Channels TV. Oh, it left. So Rita, I see you there. And this is Steven said diaspora voting is ultimate. I agree with you completely. When I'm going around the diaspora, we will talk about the strategy to achieve diaspora voting. We have to fight for it. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will give you diaspora voting on the platter of gold. These people don't want people to vote. They don't like votes. They like to be sharing bread and gala and booze and 5,000 naira that they only buy votes. We must have a robust, organic, and resistance-proof way to fight these people for diaspora voting. And it's up to us in diaspora, because diaspora is sending almost more than Nigerian annual budget home every year, and they don't want you to vote. They'll spit on your face. And on top of that, you have to go through the indignity of passing through the worst airport in the world when you go home. I just traveled from Nigeria 3 days ago. The airport is in shambles. Nigeria is a shame. It's poorly lit. It's dirty. It's smelly. And most of the things in the airport don't work. They don't function. Probably the only thing that's working there is the wrong way. The other time you heard that even armed robbers are now able to penetrate the wrong way to rob planes that are either taking off or landing. It's a shame, but we must change that. So it said we got a lot of Sowore fans in Ghana. Oh yes, Ghana, we're coming back there. We will come back. Sowore, why another donation? I didn't ask you for a donation, please. I said if you want to donate, you should donate to the party. And you can do that on the party's website, because the party has an account now, and we'll keep accounting for whatever it's gotten. You know me, I'm very particular about transparency. That's why I use GoFundMe so that everybody can see it. And the Nigerian Zenith Bank account we explain every night how people were donating and mentioning the names of the donors. And we explain how much and how the money was spent. So please, my president, we need a process where we abroad can vote. We just mentioned that. And they said, Jimo said APC and PDP are both looting Nigeria treasury. That's true. You saw what they did at the central bank in that tape that was revealed by Sahara reporters, how they were jostling among themselves to cover up, some 500 billion naira that went missing, and they were saying, they cannot let the government to, they can't let their auditors know. It was just panic, but that's how they've been stealing. Like Femi Falana said today in a press release, said they'll be covering up for the government, using central bank to steal forever. Under Abacha, under Babangida, $12 billion dollars was stolen. That is the Gulf War money. After that, Abacha came and stole. After Abacha left, every government has stolen using the Central Bank of Nigeria. So 500 billion naira is chicken change compared. That's about $2 billion. There's still more than that. You know what they did with Dasuki money, which was the same central bank governor now that was there when Dasuki's money was stolen, money that was meant to fight Boko Haram. Those are the ideas they're afraid of. Those are the things that are scaring them about Takeitback and our political party. It's a peace space. Some people say no. It's highly unfortunate that most Africans are sorry. These things are happening so fast, so if I can't read you, please apologize for it. I'm trying to, revolution now. That's true. That's what we should be using. So, and I see a lot of you. This is a great number of people watching at this time, and I miss talking to you. I really do miss talking to people on this platform. I probably need to buy another couch so that we can be doing the couch on a regular basis. Those of you who want the couch to resume on a regular basis, I don't say daily basis, say so we can be talking to ourselves. I think part of the reason why so many of this misinformation is out there is because we have not been speaking to you, our followers, regularly on this platform. But you also know it's difficult. Some of us have jobs. Most politicians in Nigeria don't have daytime job. So the only job they have is politicking. And that's what these are young people or some of our colleagues who were involved in shenanigans the other days. Probably that's what propelled them because they don't have real jobs. And you can't blame them for it. They've destroyed the economy. They've destroyed the country. And when people have nothing to eat, have no jobs and have no means of sustenance, it is difficult for them to have principles, to be principled. And that's why they don't understand. They don't get this when they see a principled young person who will not accept bribe, who will not engage in corruption. It's something that is very, very strange to most Nigerians to see that, hey, look at this guy. He could be making billions of naira. He could sell a story and hush up, but he will never do that. So they don't believe you when you come and say, well, my conscience doesn't allow me to do what is bad. Because if most of these guys are in your position, oh man, they will be billionaires by now. But guess what? I have been around for 30 years and I can't say this enough. And I've seen so many opportunities that would have made me go the other way, but I refused. And I'm happy I did not compromise for 30 years and I would never compromise for the rest of my life. It is not a choice that I made just to please anybody. It's a choice that my conscience is at peace with. I'm not doing it to please anyone. I'm doing it just so that apart from being peaceful with myself, being peaceful with my poverty, or being comfortable with my poverty, we can also serve as an example to other young people. And look at what happened in 1 year. It turns out that there are a lot of young Nigerians out there who like to have a country that worked. And they followed us. Some of them followed very late. Some of them voted and their votes were not counted. Some of them are frustrated. Some people saw me in Lagos and said, look, I wanted to vote. I got there. They chased everybody away with bottle, and machete. Several persons wanted to vote. Some of them were not allowed to vote in Lagos in particular because we're from the southeast. They harassed everybody. It depends on where you are. And they rigged the election wherever, in whichever way they could. It was an unconscionable process. It was an act of aggression against Nigerian people. And we must keep condemning it until we take our country back. So that's my message to you guys. It's just what it is. It said, somebody saying the couch is the best way. So ready to donate again upon your directive. Thank you so much. While you may not be donating to me, please do not forget there are a lot of causes in Nigeria that you can donate to. And some of you may not even send money to a foundation. You can, through our Take It Back movement, help people in Nigeria. and we've been discussing this for since we even came back from Nigeria. A lot of people have been helping others with, one of our members set up a library in Ogun State. Some of our members paid for WAEC fees for kids in a refugee camp in Benue State. We can do that. I have to tell you that I'm not a big fan of philanthropy that is driven by politics. I prefer that whatever we are doing now is sustainable over time. But whatever you are, because I know most of you want to help people at home, look for a way to join up and ensure that we have people on the ground. A lot of young people that joined us, good young people, who are willing to continue the tradition of helping and conscientizing and mobilizing and educating people about the future. That they've been doing a fantastic job at that. But some of them have no support, and since we're not raising money, they can't get support. So I guess we'll talk to our team and see how these things can be directed. But for now, I've said, and I'll repeat it again, don't send money to me, don't donate to me, I'll be fine. When we're ready to ask you for your help again, we will do so. And it will be very clear the same way we did that last time. Yes. So they say, what happened to the Lagos ESCO? Of course, you guys heard somebody asking. Lagos is dealing with their own issue locally, and several of the states are doing so as well. So if you have any questions, I have another 10 minutes to go. It's 12:44 here in the US. I guess that's 5:44 in Nigeria. Actually, not 10 minutes. I'll take another 15 minutes, which will take us to 1 o'clock, so I can answer any of your questions. You know. So we're trying to gather Sowore's fans in Ghana. Feel free. It's not Sowore's fans. It's people who are in love with freedom. And when you gather them and you let me know, I will definitely come to Ghana to see them. He said, relax yourself. I'm totally relaxed. Trust me, there's no cause for alarm on my end. I just came from Nigeria yesterday. And wherever I went in Nigeria, I was at peace with myself, and we did go to a lot of places. Yeah. So what team Benin people do? There's nothing wrong with Benin people. Honestly, I must thank the people of Benin City in particular, especially our brothers who live abroad. This gave us lots and lots of support. So many of the support they were giving it directly to some of our organizers on the ground. Don't let anybody give you an impression that we don't appreciate anyone. We appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. So how can we get party activities to be more transparent and more involving? We're a digital party. And so being a digital party means that we have people all over the world. And I think part of the most transparent way is what I'm doing now, engaging with you online. In fact, we're planning that we'll be the first party to have an online, convention where every member of the party who's a paying member can participate. So thank you, President. You're not just a leader, but a father. Thank you so much. Nielsen, just a boy, said, please should we? No, I missed that. I'm going to read a few more. Voting online will be possible, sir, in Europe. Why not? If we want to ask for online voting for Nigeria, our party should be able to vote online. How can we orientate our people about this party? We start now. We have a website, and we will be giving support to anyone who wants to join the party. Hello, sir. How can we connect? How did Buhari respond to the 500 billion that was stolen? The people that stole 500 billion are Buhari people. Buhari only respond against people who are not his people when they steal. That's Buhari for you. What's in line with this in South Africa? We've told our South African colleagues to step up activities there, and we're sure they will do the right thing. So this is online convention. Somebody said, though, why not? We can have offline and online convention. But I would prefer that we have an offline convention as well as an online convention for those who may not be able to travel to Nigeria. You know what they did to us during the election? A lot of Nigerians traveled home to vote for us on February 16, which was my birthday. They changed the date abruptly, and most of them had to leave. They had to come back to wherever they're coming from. So that was the thing. Nigeria must progress, not to dictatorship. Sowore 2023. I think the voting online is better. Thank you. Somebody's giving you the direct link to our account online. Please check it out, click it, and download so you can see for yourself. So, are you still working for Sahara Reporters? Well, I have a job. I'm the founder of Sahara Reporters. So, but while I was doing the elections, I didn't work for Sahara Reporters. But I'm considering going back to working actively again. And also, apart from Sahara Reporters, I'm a university teacher. They call it professor in the US. I teach I teach a class every semester in African, a history class on post-colonial African history in New York. So I'm planning to go back there in September. So my focus in the US on the concern the most hardworking individuals during the last election. Okay, I didn't see the rest of that. Improve the party activity on a local level. It's not about me. It's about all of us. Okay, man. I understand you are sorry. I didn't see that. You impose your friends on the party. That's not true. Who is? I don't want to tell us what transpired between you and no. I don't pay attention to. I don't have any individual issues to address. When it's talking about Smarter Jaja leaning back in, we're in touch with Smarter Jaja, and when it comes to legal issue, we have a legal advisor, and he advises the party on what to do on legal matters. So for years, not forever. So please, I need an answer to this question. Do you think Nigeria will forever be good? Oh no, it's possible. It depends on us. And I must tell you, on this trip to Nigeria, I find it very, very, very sad. Very sad. I must report back to some of you. I met a lot of people who said they are starting to give up on Nigeria, and it's scary. It's scary, very scary. Someone is asking if I'm not interested in taking a job with the government. I'd rather work, 9 to 5 than work for a government that I know has no interest in making Nigeria better. So can we sign an online petition to get the CBN governor arrested? Why not? You can start an online petition and it will spread. But the question is if they will care about your petition. I don't think the Buhari government cares about petitions. Yeah. How can we confront these looters in power? Well, we have to take them on wherever we find them. But at home, we can organize and take them on and take them out. No doubt. Yeah. So we have some 9 minutes to go. This is my time on the couch. Actually, love seats today. And to talk to you about, so many of you reached out to me to ask my opinion about what happened yesterday. I'm reassuring you that there's nothing to worry about. They are trying to steal the party, but they can't because it's our party. We formed the party. We founded and funded the party, and it's our party. Nobody can take the party away from us. They will try. There's no question about it. And this is not new. They've always tried to do this. They do this in every political party. Anytime they see a progressive political party, they throw money at, infiltrate the place, throw some money at people there to scatter the party. And that's what they're trying to do, is to create an appearance that there's crisis in our party. But since yesterday, everybody has come and said, look, this is just rubbish. And that's what it is. Don't be distracted by what is happening. When are you coming to France? France, if you get in touch with us, maybe I can stop by in France when I go to Greece in June. Yes, because we never really went to France, and I would love to do that. So let us know. And you know how to reach us. You can reach me on this platform as well and talk to me about it. Try visit Nigerian universities, speak with them about politics. I agree with you. Let's plan that. That's the word. Time on the couch. Yes. We're going to start spending time on the couch again. Diasporans, let's endeavor to register to vote physically in Nigeria. Why we agitate for diaspora voting, I agree with you. But, while you want to vote in Nigeria, also be ready to fight so that your vote can count. How do we conquer Tinubu? by taking him on and other godfathers and making sure that they lose out. There's no big deal about them. Yeah. What's the last word on the chairmanship controversy? There's no controversy. It's a contrived controversy, and it will be. It came and it has fizzled out, and it will fizzle out. Trust me. We are fighters. There's nobody on our side except some of them who are cowards. We've been fighting for our lives, for our freedom, for our space, for our tough, since I was 18 years old in 1989 at the University of Lagos. And we're still standing and still fighting. You saw what happened during the election. We fought for everything. We fought to be able to get on a plane. We fought to be able to even film in Nigeria live when at the airport. We fought to get on the debate. We fought for everything. Even on the day of election, you saw how they came with soldiers to my village. We had to fight them. So fighting is our life. The struggle is our life, and we must not give up. So guys, just make sure you take it back. So rumors everywhere regarding Sowore. There's no rumor. Sowore is here in front of you. I just came to the US yesterday. I was in Nigeria before now, and we're completely in order. So we need Members Care Service Center. Well, this is why you should donate to the party so that the party can fund that. But again, I am not raising money for myself. If you want to donate to the party can fund care center. But the party has an account. Go to the party's website, and if you're having issues, drop us a message. All right? Please, Mr. President, kindly text Kadira. Oh, I didn't see that. Go in and drink Gary. Oh, bro. Head Tinubu is contesting for 2023. We heard too. Probably that is part of the reason why they're trying to kill AAC, so that the ground will be level for them. They won't be able to find someone that will challenge them. But they're just wasting their time. Some of them will not survive till 2023. I'm not making a prediction. It's a prophecy that those who have destroyed Nigeria, so many of them will fall by the wayside between now and 2023. Take it back radio, please. Wow, I like that idea. We just have to fund it. Yes. Take it back radio. Take it back radio. Great idea. Let us hold firm and hold on to the party ideas. Yes. Watching live. So a lot of you are watching live. Thank you so much. I know you're watching live. We have 4 more minutes to go. Yeah. 4 more minutes. There's a Rosemary's there that says, stop deceiving yourself, Sowore. No, I'm not deceiving myself. You know me. There's no room in my life to deceive myself. I'm just very good at telling truth to power, right? Thank you, Omer Branded. AC for life. That's Adenuga Shoyimbo. Thank you. Meeting Julius Malema in the future. Looking forward to it. You really need to create our time to visit. Oh, no, I didn't say that. But if you are insinuating that there's somebody special in the party, nobody's special. Everybody is the same. So, I made a solution, Mama. Is a party aware that, I didn't say that. Said, how many votes did you get? The vote is public knowledge. The election is not transparent and fair. So, yeah. Timetable for couch, please. We'll let you know as soon as we're ready. Yes. Don't give up, Sowore. Thank you, God is on your side. God bless you, Mr. President. That's Mwabuze. Kim Abimbola, I think it should be better if you link the accounts to the public. The accounts are public. It's on the website. The person who asked at the beginning of this conversation that there's no account on the website, you've now been told where to find it. But I also, apart from putting it on the website, it was also on Twitter, it was on Facebook as soon as we released it, So take it back, radio, TV. Why not? Yes, I used to be your best, but now you're corrupt. That's not true. You better get the facts right. We've provided them for you. Please take advantage of the information you have so that you don't get confused and lied to all the time. Nigerian leaders like to preach to gullible people. So yeah. So we have another 2 minutes to go, guys. And in 2 minutes, that will be it. Thank you so much, people who are watching. Erica Ayawu, let me thank you. Lawa Kende, thank you. Tommy Lee, thank you so much. Idowu Samson Felix, watching, thank you. Ayo Gundimo, I see you there. Shegun Adewumi, thank you. Bodun Ayilora Abimbola, thank you so much. Marvin Brown, Peyton Genesis, thank you. Michael Gaskin, thank you for watching. Rosemary, thank you for watching. Haima Manchi, thank you. Emma Ekwase, thank you so much for watching. Wale Jimo, thank you. Grace Oweye, thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you for watching. Princess Iroko, thank you for watching. Chidi Wanyao, our governor in Imo State, thank you. Akim Olayewola, thank you so much for watching. And Gbadebo Additional, Tony Ashaolu, thank you, thank you. Murphy Wisdom, thank you. We cannot give up. Choice JJ, thank you for watching. Peter Sage, thank you, much love too. Rosemary, again, thank you for coming back and being part of this show throughout. Your views are very important to us as well. I hope you learned some few things. Samuel Dada, thank you. Lawal Kende, thank you again. Marvin Brown, Peyton Genesis, thank you. Wale Jimo, thank you for watching. And Daro Osa, thank you, Daro. It's good to see you there. Shiboy, Nat Remy, Igbinosa Robert Sujan, thank you so much. Odofin, Fireme, thank you. NJ Jerry, thank you. The Hurricane is back. Kudus, Oluwatobi, Oladimeji, Tolu Timi. It's 1 p.m. now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some of the information or most of the information you need regarding the party. We will be back again next time, probably in another place. But for those of you who are in Greece in June, I'm coming towards you, and be ready. And while I'll be in Greece in June, I might stop in Italy, Germany, or France, depending on how we're able to quickly put that together. This will be around between June 12th and beyond. I'll be in Europe. Thank you guys again for joining me today. Thank you for the opportunity to interact with you. And I'll say, Aluta, continua, Victoria, etc. Take it back. Action. Action, no going back. Have a nice day, evening, wherever you may be. And good night if you're going to bed. This is me again, Sowore Omoyele, the chairman. I'll say pro time because I hope that we'll be able to have a convention that will elect, the permanent chairman soon of the African Action Congress, and also ex-presidential candidates of the AAC. And it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Hope to see you guys soon very much. Thank you.